of, you talked about real, recognized real. Let's talk, big fights. Let's talk that 135-pound lightweight or 140. That there are a lot of guys, fluctuating up and down or whatever the case may be. But who do you see as your top pick in terms of, 135 to 140 right now?
135 is definitely Shakur Stevenson.
Easily.
Yeah, man, that dude is just a monster, bro.
Mhm.
Like I think he's incredible. His skills are incredible, and I can't really see anybody at the 135-pound division that can beat him.
Not even
You
Tank.
know,
'Cause That's always the counter argument for Shakur. Everyone's like, he's never been tested. His chin's never been tested though with a puncher. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, I think it's a great fight, but I'd love to see it. I
Mhm.
mean, I'd love to see the fight, but like, just I don't like I said, real recognized real. Like I could just see it.
Yeah.
Even like with somebody like like Tank, who I think is a fantastic fighter, and he's definitely shown, especially in his last couple fights, how great he is.
Yeah,
I
for
just
sure.
think Shakur is like Terrence Crawford to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like yeah, he hasn't fought Spence yet, but like just in that fight, to me, I see that Crawford wins, and just like how everybody makes the argument, oh, who's better, Earl or Terrence.
Hmm.
In my humble opinion, I think Terrence just has the edge. I just see just that something
Yeah.
that he has it over Earl. We don't know until we know,
Hmm.
right? And that same thing with Shakur and Javante. I just see something um that that he wins that fight. So only time will tell, and we'll be
Hmm.
able to see in the near future, especially for Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. But I'm sure that a fight with from what it looks like is that Devin's going up to
Yeah.
140. It looks like he's not going to campaign at 135 anymore, so those get vacated. And obviously, um, you know, Shakur will be in line to fight for those belts, or at least one of them.
Right.
And I'm sure that Javante would, you know, if you could somehow make a super fight with that with belts, I think would be a great would be great.
Did the Loma and Devin Haney fight kind of change your perspective on where Devin Haney stands within that ranking, or did you always feel this way about just Shakur being that guy and then maybe Tank potentially being that contender?
Yeah, I with respect, I felt that Devin um, fell short even before that fight. I felt like he would fall short um, with both of those guys, and then with the type of left hands that he was getting hit with
Loma.
Loma, obviously, those guys aren't the same as Loma. Loma has special feet. He has
Right.
special attributes that allow him to land shots like that. But when you think, okay, these guys also are lefties, and also like Tank, for instance, punches obviously
Right.
hard, and really brings it. And then we have Shakur, who you know may or may not punch as hard, but is definitely, even though he doesn't punch, or from what it seems doesn't punch as hard, he still comes with that like that meanness. Like you
Yeah.
could see, like when he's fighting, like even though he's smiling, like he's like mean in there. Like I'm beating your ass. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, and I feel like that also breaks guys down because he really brings it. So I think that's a hard attribute for him, especially when you saw how he did with Loma
Right.
um, in the later part of the round, and that's when both of those guys come on in the later parts of the fights. I mean, so I felt like that kind of showed it. But you know, Devin's a big dude. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it was really, really hard for him to make that weight. And that might have been some of the reasons why he was drained, and maybe not able to compete at his best. You know what I mean? Maybe some of the reasons why it kind of looked later on that he was kind of kind of falling off. So, but I gave it to him, man. He did what he had to do. He won. He fought back hard in the 12th round. I felt like he won the fight, the way he needed to, at least. And I think, it may be good for him to go move up to 140. I think if he deals with those guys, I think he might, especially at 135. I feel like, it might be really, really hard for him to compete at that weight class. Even when they were talking about a rematch, he kind of was like, "Look, I ain't about to be at 135 anymore."
Yeah.
Like, it didn't seem like he wanted. Not that he didn't want to fight Loma anymore. I think it was more so about the weight rather than him fighting Loma. You know what I mean? But yeah, nevertheless, I think that the top guys of the 135-pound division is going to be Shakur and Gervonta, and I think that would be an incredible fight. Or either one of those guys fighting Pitbull Cruz. Yeah. I think that'd be an incredible fight. Either one of those guys. Who else is at the 135? Because Ryan's moving up, Devin's moving up, which I feel like is appropriate.
I mean, all of these guys are eventually going to be at 140, but I think it's like I agree with you though. I think Shakur's definitely my pick. It's just a lot of people like to compare the power between him and Tank. Obviously, probably not the same knockout power, but he's doing something. Like the shots are landing. I think it's more of like pop. Like it's more of that. He gets your respect. You can't just walk him down because he's gonna hit you with counter shots. He's so good at keeping his distance, and that's what I feel like. It's going to be hard for Tank to land something, but if he does, then I'm not sure how Shakur will react. But it's a lot of what ifs, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, like who punches harder, Canelo or Floyd? Probably Canelo. I mean, like things would point to like Canelo punches harder, right? But who won? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, was he younger and stuff like that? Yeah. But he also was still great. He was still, developing, and obviously at that point in time, probably, Canelo punched harder. But skills pay the bills, man. And if you got to be able to put it together, and you can't punch hard if you can't hit it. You know what I mean? Or you can't do what you want. So, not to say that Gervonta won't touch. Shakur, but I just think that evasive, counter punching skills, I think the edge would probably have to go to Shakur. So I would love to see the fight. Honestly, I think they both are willing to do it. I think it'd be great, and I think the fans will love that fight. I think we'd probably see. I would love to see a couple of those fights.
Yeah, no.
But we'll wait and see. At the 140 division,
T.O. coming big win.
I mean,
that's going to do it for another NASFIGHT Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.